as we used to have, because Katsumi was a real friend of Bologna, and he was a real passionate for all we do, and he has been with us in any time we have asked him for his help, contribution. He's always been eager to help, and so along the years a real friendship came, and here we are. And I'm very grateful to Ai, because the daughter of Katsumi, because she today gave me many photos of us together, and this is. But anyway, I'm very happy that last year we had the opportunity to spend the days with him here in Bologna, because once again he had accepted to get on board on a bit strange at the beginning initiative that we did, but at the end amazing initiative that was related to the relationship between the child and the performing arts. And this was a big gift he gave us, and I'm very happy that we could spend together those days. He was generous as always. Videos, interviews. I have to say that he was one of those people, same as those people that are sitting here with me, that when you see them among the attendees, you say, there you go, there I am, they are with me, and so I feel stronger. So we have put together this tribute in a few hours, and it was not difficult because all the friends were eager to be here all together. And it's my pleasure to welcome us first Kyoko Matsuoka. She is a director at the Itabashi Art Museum, and she has shared a deep friendship with Katsumi for all their life. So Kyoko, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Elena. So I prepared a small message for this event. The first time I met Katsumi was in 1997 at his exhibition in Tokyo. But it was at Aki, a famous bakery in Bologna, that I was able to speak to him personally. After that, we would spend time together every year in Bologna. I always looked forward to having breakfast with Katsumi at Hotel Roma. What Katsumi desired most was to contribute to society through his work as a designer. He gave full attention to young people and those considered minorities, created picture books for the visually impaired, and conducted workshops at the Juvenile Reformatory in Bologna. He has held 6 workshops at the Reformatory starting from 2007. In 2012, he suddenly fell ill with leukemia. The illness, however, didn't diminish his desire to create. After a fierce battle, he was able to recover completely, and in 2019, we held his first large-scale personal exhibition, Little Design, at Itabashi Art Museum. This exhibition toured 5 art museums in Japan, and from December 2022 till mid-January 23, a portion of this exhibition was shown at the House of Culture of Japan in Paris. Unfortunately, in March 2023, during our usual breakfast at Hotel Roma, I was told by Katsumi that his cancer had come back. His final day spent together with his wife Michiko and his daughter Ai were very calm. He spent always just like turning the final page of a book with his own hand. Passed away peacefully. He wore jeans as usual, as his expression was very serene. I feel as if I have just finished reading a long novel, but books can be reread from the very beginning. I'd like to open this book that Katsumi has left us and go over in my mind the memorable moments we spent together. I'm sure that Katsumi up there is very happy to see that we are here together for this tribute in this very special place, the Bologna Children's Book Fair. Thank you.
I have seen going on beautiful photos remembering me of the exhibitions that he had in Bologna, curated by Hamelin, I remember. And then also a wonderful picture from Katsumi, because Katsumi was so much friend to Bologna that he also accepted to come to the Shanghai Book Fair that is organized by us, and he also accepted to travel with us to Moscow when in 2018 or 19 we were supposed to get started with a new initiative. So it was a kind of zero edition of something that actually never had birth because of the pandemic and of the war. And he accepted, and I have a memory. I remember he came with his wife, and I remember that I told the organizers, he's the star, he's big, so I need a bus, a mini bus, a car for him and the other guests all the time with them. And they said, no, never mind, taxi, it's very, very easy to get a taxi in Moscow. I still remember Katsumi and his wife pouring rain and cats without no taxis at all. And I was scared. And he smiled to me and he said, never mind, the taxi will arrive. And this is friendship, you know. I can't tell you how many artists would have behaved differently. So when Katsumi shared the projects and also a stand for ages in Bologna with amazing publishers. And they are here with us. Two are here with us in presence, and the other one has sent messages. So I give the floor now to Gita Wolf from Tara Books.
Hello. Feels very, very strange to be here and to be doing this. It's really hard to know what to say. So let me just say I'll talk about the first time I saw Katsumi and the last time I saw him. The first time, oddly enough, we didn't know each other, and I'm getting very bad at remembering years now, so it must have been about 20 years ago. And somewhere near Piazza Maggiore there was a small cafe, and I went in to have dinner and I saw this Japanese gentleman sitting there. He looked at his shoes, he looked at my shoes, and he said, same shoes. So, you know, yes, camper. And so he said, would you like to come and sit? And so I sat opposite and we had the loveliest conversation ever. And he was very curious about India, and I didn't know much about Japan at that time. So I remember him explaining to me this expression, reading the air. And we spent about delightful half an hour of what possibly that could mean, the atmosphere, you know, what it means. 18 years ago, we began to have a stand, common stand together, Small World, and Katsumi, of course, designed the logo, and we had wonderful, wonderful moments throughout. exchanging not only not only friendship but very important ideas about design, about bookmaking, and he was very curious about how we do it, and we ended up becoming very firm friends. Now I'll talk about the last time I saw him. It was very recently in November, where he, with his great generosity, organized and moderated an exhibition for us at his gallery in Tokyo, and he was looking fairly well, eating, and so came as a huge shock to know how rapidly things progressed from there. But I just want to end on this. It's hard to end on a positive note, but there is something like a legacy. I mean, there is something that you leave behind even when you go, and I think is a living embodiment of that. I remember his early baby books, which were made for you, and it's very moving to think that. And I wrote to that I find it really brave and very resilient that she has come here, and I hope you will find some comfort in this shared affection we have for Katsumi, both as a human being and as a wonderful artist. Thank you very much.
The other publisher who shared the stand and projects with Katsumi is Peggy Espinosa from Petra Ediciones, Mexico.
Okay, I prepared things, but really I have so many things to talk about, and I have no time. But really, the memories and the we shared with Katsumi every year really was very like fresh air, no? And always because Katsumi was very kind, very tender, very close person with everybody, open to anybody who approached to him. And I think he was a man of no many words, but he, with the way he looks, observes, and what I really admire most was he had like able to listen anybody, and that was really great for a lot of young people who approach. I was very lucky to meet Katsumi, Michiko, because really I learned a lot of things, not only about books, but only to be in life at the present time. So it's really a very important gift I received. I think I was very fortunate. He was very generous with Mexico. He came, I think, at least 5 times, and I remember the first time I invited, I said, Katsumi, could you come to Mexico? Say, okay. I say, okay, but I said, the conditions are not the best. It's okay. So I remember we booked the flight for 12, and she arrived to airport in New York, but was 12 a.m., not p.m., but he went p.m., so lost the flight. And we have organized several workshops. And say, Katsumi, how many workshops do you want to do in Mexico? Say, the amount you can organize. And say, are you sure? Because we are a little crazy and many people want to go to the ateliers. He went to Mexico, and then he went to Guadalajara. Here, to the workshops, total was 1,060 persons in 2.5 days, and at the end, he says at 8 o'clock p.m., says, let's go to your office because I'm going to do a workshop for all of you. No, and she leaves next day to New York at 6 a.m. She has an interview in the airport, you know. So really, I think that Katsumi live like a, how do you say, like a huella, a print, very deep print in Mexico. All the times he was, really people loved Katsumi because he really was like a sensei, not only a master and a great artist, but the wisdom and the way he teaches us to look books and life really was a very good gift. So I know Katsumi is living forever through his legacy, also through you. I know what you mean when you say Katsumi is inside of you. I know, and I'm sure things will continue being really, really great. So very happy to be here and say thank you very much to everybody. Elena, also to you, because one of the best gifts I have received in life is to be in Bologna, a small world, to be Gita, Katsumi, Le Toisurs, Elizabeth Lortic, I think, changed really my life and the way to be in the book world.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Peggy. And as Peggy anticipated, the third publisher is Le Toisurs from Paris, and Elisabeth Lortic sent a message. I give the floor to Ayami Morizumi, who's from the Itabashi Art Museum as well, and big friend of Katsumi.
It is an emotional, very sad moment for over 30 years of conversations, work, research, friendship, mutual understanding, and laughter with Katsumi cannot disappear on the day of his death. We first met in Tokyo in 1994 after faxing each other for 2 years to put the finishing touches to our first exhibition, 123 Komagata. Before our last reunion at Mutti in Castiglione delle Stiviere in March 2023, we met more than 50 times to talk, finalize projects, open exhibitions in France and abroad. Katsumi also participated in more than 100 workshops organized by Les Toiseurs. The first time Katsumi came to see us at the Bologna Children's Book Fair, which I had been attending regularly since 1975, he almost got angry. "Elizabeth, where are the children?" He wanted to leave straight away. Fortunately, the encounters with other artists, the books from all over the world, and the activities with children organized around the fair in the city convinced him to come back, but with one idea in mind. "Elizabeth, you told me it was an international fair, but everybody is in their own corner. I'd like to stand where books from all over the world can mingle." And so, thanks to Elena Pazzoli, Small World was born, bringing together Petra Ediciones, Tara Books, One Stroke, and Les Toiseurs. The idea of a rights fair never crossed Katsumi's mind. His sole aim has always been to share his philosophy of life through his books, without any particular economic considerations. It is for this reason that Les Toiseurs, a non-profit association, has helped to distribute 50,000 of Komagata's books. From Blue to Blue, in which salmon return to their birthplace to lay their eggs to die, to Little Tree, in which a small seed grows into a beneficial tree that in turn grows old and dies, Katsumi gently taught us about the cycle of life, which affects us all. And he also taught us about the importance of beauty, poetry, kindness, and silence. Elizabeth Lortic, Saturday, the 6th of April, 2024.
There is also another message, Ayami, you have from Paris.
A message from La Méditation Les Toiseurs Group that continues the legacy of Komagata in France. The trainees of still active Méditation Toiseur Group, Emmanuel Bastien, Maya Borga, Colline Erwin, Selena Rook-McMahon, Dominique Thibault, would like to join in this tribute. The death of Katsumi Komagata leaves a huge hole in our hearts, but his dazzling books will always exist like a source of living water. He opened a door to another vision of the world, a humanity tinged with humor and wisdom, a dimension of poetry, beauty, and fragility, but also strength. Thanks to his works in form of books, we can continue to sow the seeds of wonder and awakening that will continue to blossom in the imagination of young and old alike.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We have another friend with us, and this is a person, a beautiful person that is not in the children's industry, book industry. But let me explain. She is Paola Ziccone. At that time when they met, she was director of the prison, the jail for young people. And I didn't know her, and Kyoko told me that Katsumi, who was a big, great friend to the city of Bologna too, he would have liked to do a workshop in the prison for young people. And so I said, well, what were the requests? Let's see if we can make it. And then we found that the director was an amazing person who was more than happy to welcome this very peculiar experience that I know had a big result. So Paola, please.
So I don't speak English very well, so I read this message. You all know that Katsumi Komagata was an extraordinary artist, a man full of imagination and creativity, able to see the wonders of the world. He was able to recreate those wonders and show them to us and open our eyes. But for me, above all, he was a gentle poet with a big heart. When we met many years ago, he made himself available for the juvenile prison in Bologna, where I was working at the time, to do workshop with the boys. His hands and their hands used scissors, glue, and colored paper, and silent. Katsumi also helped them to see beyond. Every year for 5 years, they built beautiful stories together, intertwined with their emotions. Katsumi had no fear to meet them. With his keenness and humility, he knew how to reach the hearts of the boys in prison. Poets know how to speak to the pains and dreams of those who carry them inside with innocence. Maestro Katsumi Komagata was a great gift to the world. It was a great honor and a privilege to know him. His soul will remain to enlighten the world with his books. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Paola, for telling us about this other side of Katsumi. And I can tell you that here among you there's also the teacher at the school in the prison at that time, Anna Maria Basilisco, and when she heard that Katsumi had passed away, she immediately called me because she can't even forget him for that experience. So, ciao Anna. And now I when I was told that you will be keeping on Katsumi's activity, that made me a little bit less sad, because now I know that all his legacy is in very good hands, and I is also the mother of Katsumi's grandchildren, and so you really have the future in your hand. So please.
Thank you for coming here today. It's a great honor to have this opportunity. I received many warm messages from the world. It's amazing because I don't know how much he was loved by so many people. Since the news of his passing, my phone don't stop ringing. But because of it, I don't have a time to feel loneliness and of losing my father. So thank you so much. And today I'm wearing my father's clothes. So I'm coming to Bologna with my father. Yeah, again this year too. Let's talk about Katsumi. In 1976, he worked in the U.S. He designed corporate identities and advertising, and he overcome difficult situation of anti-Asian discrimination and established himself in an excellent position. After returning to Japan, he created books for children when I was born. Then he expanded the world of books, and explored the possibility of paper and printings. Books get older with you together. This word is my favorite word from him. His books use very delicate paper, and because he thought it was important for children to understand and experience through books how much force is needed to tear paper. When an adult repairs the torn part with tape, the child can understand without words that they shouldn't have torn it. Digital date can be reset as many times as you like by pushing the reset button, but paper, once torn, cannot be restored. We think people's feelings are somewhat similar. Katsumi was a truly kind person. He cared for people around him until the very end. However, he was very strict about the quality of his workmanship, and he had a strong ability to break through to do what people could not do. Also, he always treated everybody equally. He never looked down on people or up to them, and always treated them equally. 2 weeks before he passed away, he said, "I don't know when I won't be able to talk to you, so I'll tell you when I can. Michiko, Ai-chan, I love you. Thank you so much for everything you have done for me." I told him many times, "I love you, Dad. I'm happy to be born as your child." His passing is truly painful. Every time I use the word "passed away," my heart breaks. But I could spend really happy time with him during the last 2 weeks, because we said to each other many times, "I love you." Before, I didn't say that because we are embarrassed to say each other. So I have never held my father's hand after growing up. But during the last 2 days, every day I held his hand and hugged him every day. Our company, One Stroke, is founded by Katsumi. It will be headed by me, Komagata, starting this year. He always thought about children and young people. I'd like to continue his intention and try new challenges. Now I'm making a new book for blind people by myself. And this is a still prototype, but, oh, thank you. This is still a prototype, but when I showed it to him at his hospital room, he was so glad to see this, and he said, "Very nice, keep going on." It was treasure time for me. About 15 years ago, he made a proposal to the book fair. There are many good publishers, even they are small. And the book fairs have separated booths for each country. So how about we get small publishers from different countries and have one booth? So we call about booth Small World with Starbucks, Petra Ediciones, and One Stroke. And his book, also a crowd, thank you very much, is introduced at Japanese funded booth and JBDY booth this time. It's only 3 copies left, but so I decided to reprint as a revised version. It will be available next month.
Okay.
I have changed the last page. Thank you. This is the last page. This is a spring mountain drawn by Katsumi. The pink part is cherry blossoms. But in the revised version, I changed the pink color to white because this is a gift for my father, Katsumi, who passed away without seeing cherry blossoms. So I changed the color. Yeah, thank you very much for everyone for the children's book fair and Itamashi Art Museum, Paola, Yami, Ita, Peggy, and everyone. I'm happy. Thank you very much.
Those people we have done everything. I ask you to stand and a big round of applause. Ciao Katsumi. Ciao. Ciao.